Hello, everyone, and welcome to the series analysis episode of the Seattle Baseline Podcast. My name is Julian Smith, and I'm running solo today. The Mariners lose the series to the Brewers. It was a tough series. It was 2-1. The Mariners could not score against this Brewers team. Amazing pitching shown by the Brewers and a pretty competent offense. It wasn't a great offense, but the Brewers had a competent offense that if if the pitching is doing that good, the Brewers are pretty set to going into the playoffs and then trying to win a World Series. I think the Mariners just faced a team that has a clear shot at going into the World Series. The depth of the Brewers team, the fact that they beat the Dodgers, they swept the Dodgers twice in their 11 game winning streak stretch. The Mariners were the one to defeat the Brewers in that stretch. Um, Ended it at 11 games. Thank you, Logan Gilbert. That was great. But in all reality, the Mariners need to score more against teams like the Brewers, especially because we know that the Brewers have good pitching. We need to make sure that this is not a team that the Mariners just throw up the white flag against. And I think it also shows the weaknesses of the Mariners team because if the Mariners are going to win the World Series, they're going to not only are they going to face the American League and try to win the American League, but they need to face a team from the National League. And probably that team is going to be a team that's as good spending as the Dodgers, a team that's stacked, ready to go like the Brewers, like just like they showed us. This is the type of team that goes and wins 11 games in a row. This is the type of team that goes out and willfully just wins the World Series. And so it was a good series to show that the Mariners need improvements. And speaking of improvements, the Mariners added Josh Naylor to their roster. It's amazing because Josh Naylor is the type of guy that I think doesn't really exist otherwise. Josh Naylor is a really special player because, well, special player. Everyone that's at that level is a special player, but he's different than everybody else because he is a bad ball hitter. And what I mean by that is the pitches that are way outside the strike zone, he can hit for power. He can hit home runs off of a pitch that's this far off of the plate. And that's something that not a lot of other players can do, especially at the level of Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor does this the best out of anybody in the MLB. And I think this pickup from the Mariners really shows that the Mariners want to go win the World Series. They picked up somebody that is going to he's not going to single-handedly get the Mariners to the World Series, but this is a player that if I were to choose one of the players in the trade deadline to go and acquire in order to boost the Mariners offense to this level that we need to win the World Series, Josh Naylor is probably the one that I would go with, specifically because he can hit the bad pitches. He hits a lot of he hits for power. He hits for a high average. He's not bad at running. He's an amazing defender. I can just name so many things about Josh Naylor that's really good. And he's a good addition for this Mariners team. Moving on to the Angels series. Sorry, guys, I didn't get this episode done by the end of the first game, but in the first game of the Angels series, the Mariners win it against Yusei Kikuchi, who's been their best pitcher. This is amazing, and we know that Yusei Kikuchi is an all-star. And so to be able to beat an all-star pitcher like Kikuchi is really important for the Mariners. It shows that maybe or no, not just maybe, the Mariners are a team that can go and score against pitchers kind of similar to the way that we it goes back to this mentality of winning the World Series. We lost to the Brewers because we couldn't handle their pitching, and then we beat Yusei Kikuchi, who's an all-star pitcher. The the home runs that I saw today, specifically from Julio, I think he was hunting the fastball, and I think that's where he's mentally more trying to hunt something than trying to hit anything that he sees that's in the box. Because Yusei Kikuchi's slider is his best pitch versus his fastball. It's not his worst pitch, but it's not up to the standard. It's not a plus pitch. It's probably in the minuses. Yusei Kikuchi probably loses a lot of his runs from the fastball, but his slider is what's been good for him. So Julio Rodriguez hunting that fastball because he knows it's a weaker pitch for Kikuchi. That's the type of mentality I think we need Julio Rodriguez to have. We don't want Julio Rodriguez literally trying to hit everything and swinging and missing at everything. We want Julio Rodriguez to hunt a specific pitch. When he sees it, he'll hit it. He'll hit it out of the park. That's what we saw today. I love what Julio's doing right now. Randy Rosarena, on the other hand, was the complete opposite of what Julio Rodriguez did, and in a really good way. He hunted the slider. He knew that Kikuchi wants to throw the slider because that's his plus pitch. Yusei Kikuchi throws the slider like a lot of pitchers throw the fastball. His slider is the main pitch he's going to throw. That's what makes his fastball more lethal because everybody's expecting the slider. All of a sudden, Kikuchi throws the fastball and it's surprising. And so Randy Rosarena, knowing that the slider is going to come more often than not, he hunts the slider. He hits it out of the park. Different approach than Julio, does exactly what we need. And these two guys getting really hot at the second half, it's going to be really good for the Mariners. So I'm really excited for this, the rest of the series. We have Wu going up against Jose Soriano. He's been really solid this year. And then you've got Tyler Anderson, former Mariner, going up against George Kirby to end the series. Tyler Anderson's been not his best in the past month, but we know that even though he doesn't throw it very fast, his off-speed pitches, his ability to hide the pitch before he throws the ball, all add up, and he's one of the better pitchers. And so hopefully the Mariners can show that this win against Kikuchi isn't a fluke, and we can attack all of these pitchers, especially with Josh Naylor in the lineup. Hopefully he can be in the lineup tomorrow. I don't know much because Randy Rosarena stayed back in Tampa Bay for a day and sat in the audience section. I think that was a great moment for Randy last year. And so maybe Josh Naylor wants to do that for Arizona. He's not much of a Diamondbacks guy. He came from the Cleveland Guardians before the season started. And so maybe he doesn't stay for a day and like greet the fans and stuff like that. But nonetheless, amazing acquisition. This is a player that's going to change the Mariners lineup so much. I'm out of words. It's funny. He's just such an amazing player. And this is the first of many moves that I think the Mariners make that's going to make a big difference for the team. And I think that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our beautiful faces on YouTube. Check out our Instagram. We post a bunch of shorts and preview stuff for this the Seattle Baseline podcast. And as always, go Mariners. Thanks for watching.